against 2 juveniles in Steubenville. City officials will update the site as new information becomes available. I'm continuing with the blog entry here. City leaders know that many people outside eastern Ohio are interested in this matter, and people are interested, but this site is not designed to be a forum for how the juvenile court ought to rule in this matter. Lee Stranahan has used his blog, that is, to post erroneous information regarding one of their main contributors. Lee Stranahan has used his blog as a bully pulpit to discredit others rather than providing factual information regarding the case, as the city of Steubenville states above. Furthermore, the city of Steubenville, through their city manager, Kathy Davison, has stated that the purpose of the Steubenville Facts site is to provide the facts as they know them so as to have a level of transparency regarding this case. As per their statement regarding transparency, the website lists what the Steubenville website has to say about that. But then, when asked who's paying for the website, Mrs. Davidson responded that the city of Steubenville is paying for the website. When you check the domain name, SteubenvilleFacts.org was created on January 4th, 2013, my birthday. Expires January 4th, 2015. Was registered with GoDaddy.com. There's a winner. Status, client delete prohibited. Status, client renew prohibited. Status, client transfer prohibited. And then the registrant name information, private. Registrant, organization, domains by proxy. That's what you use when you want to hide who owns your website. So the writer of this slightly opinionated blog says the public deserves an explanation as to why the city of Steubenville endorses a known pornographer. And then they give the address, Steubenville City Council, 115 South 3rd Street, Steubenville, Ohio, 43952. Phone number, 740-283-6000, extension 2100. Email, council@cityofsteubenville.us. Well, sir, I sent a little email myself this morning to that info@steubenvillefacts.org. And I wrote, to whoever is, and by the way, I copied Lee Stranahan on this. I'm not the type to talk about somebody behind his back. That's more of a Stranahan kind of thing. So if I'm talking about you, I will let you know that I am talking about you. So I copied Stranahan on this. I said, to whoever is making the decisions at Steubenville Facts, you have a big enough public image problem without crawling into bed with a former pornographer, a man who sold his own wife's sexual services door to door like he was a vacuum cleaner salesman, a man who was investigated by the New Mexico Child Protective Services because they were concerned he was using his children in dirty pictures, a man who is currently being investigated by the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. I suggest you can find other blogs that are willing to, quote, tell the truth, close quote, about Steubenville. But imagine how foolish you're going to seem when your official endorsement of this man's blog is made public, as I am doing right now. Don't believe me? I gave them 3 links to look at from Breitbart Unmasked that shows how Stranahan was reported to the Texas DFPS. That shows how Stranahan was reported for his PayPal ripoffs. How Stranahan lied about raising money for having to move, and raising money under false pretenses is a felony in most states. I continued, "Oh, he says nice things about Steubenville. But the devil will often have a pleasant appearance. Any answer I receive before 11 a.m. will be included in my radio program." I received no answer. I signed off, "Be well, Bill Schmalfeld." Well, that's not exactly true. I did get a response from Lee Stranahan. "Mr. Schmalfeld misspelled my name. I have told you repeatedly, do not make any direct contact with me or my family, including email, especially in your recent relentless public twisting of the facts about the death of our daughter Colette. I consider your direct contact to be harassment. Stop all direct contact with me or my wife at once." No. If you're going to talk about me, I'm going to talk about you. Can I make it any more clear than that, Lee? So I responded to your email. First of all, I'm twisting no facts. Secondly, I thought it would be impolite of me to tell the folks at info@steubenvillefacts.org about what a scoundrel you are, linking to all your past scammery and fraudulent activities without alerting you to the fact that I have done so. Therefore, you won't be shocked when they yank their endorsement of a potential child abuser, definite liar, and con artist who pimped his own wife for $299 a throw in your own home studio with the kids being homeschooled there, or for $650 a toss when you sent her to people's houses to deliver prints, wink, wink. Now, if you would just address these issues, we could settle this. You are invited to contact me at any time and explain just how I managed to twist the fact that you had 3 different explanations of how your daughter died, 2 within minutes of each other on a live radio broadcast. Write any time. Signed, Bill. We're on a first-name basis now, him and I. So, who else is out there talking shit? Let's see when we come back. Oops, gotta press the right button here.
Sit tight. No, much tighter than that. Really? That's as tight as you can sit? Pity. Old Uncle Bastard will be right back. The Old Uncle Bastard Show is brought to you by Audible.com. And listen to this, you lucky people. Old Uncle Bastard has a special deal. Just for his friends. All you have to do is log on to audibletrial.com/olduncle-bastard, and you, yes, you, can download a free audiobook and enjoy a 30-day free trial. There are over 100,000 books for you to choose from, like J.R.R. Tolkien's delightful tale of fantasy and magic, The Hobbit. In this fantasy classic, master storyteller J.R.R. Tolkien creates a bewitching world filled with delightful creatures and thrilling dangers. And narrator, Rob Ings, will hold listeners of all ages spellbound, with his skillful portrayal of hobbits, dwarves, and enchanted beasts. Get The Hobbit, or any one of 100,000 other audiobook titles, when you take advantage of this special offer, available to our listeners only. It couldn't be more simple. Log on to www.audibletrial.com/olduncle-bastard and get your free audiobook download, plus a 30-day free trial to audible.com. Or, in the alternative, you could visit www.oldunclebastard.com and click the banner ad for audible.com. This special offer is for our listeners only. So if you tell anyone at all, old Uncle Bastard will hunt you down like a dog. And nobody wants that, now do we? www.audibletrial.com/olduncle-bastard. What in God's name are you waiting for?
Give wings to your heart, your spirit soar.
With Northwest Airmanship, you fly as you've never flown before. Fly the best when you fly Northwest. Northwest Orient. Planning a trip to Tokyo, Manila, Hong Kong, anywhere in the Orient? Fly the shortest, fastest way, Northwest. Northwest Great Circle Shortcut saves you 1,800 miles to the Orient. And only Northwest gives you one airline service to the Orient, direct from Cleveland. So fly the shortest, fastest way to the Orient. Fly Northwest. Daily first class and tourist service across the Pacific on luxurious DC-7Cs. Call your travel agent or Northwest Orient Airlines.
You may now relax your buttocks. Old Uncle Bastard has returned. Whoopee.
Oh my goodness, it seems like I've become the most hated man in America. I have. For daring to raise the question about Stranahan's multiple explanations regarding the demise of his child. Here's a gentleman who is the Deputy District Attorney of Los Angeles County. His name is Patrick Fry. He is also a blogger known as Patarico. His blog is known as Patarico Pontificates, and it's about as right-wing as a blog can possibly get. Now, here's what he says about what I did last night. He's talking to somebody called Blue Sky Hippie here. You realize Liberal Grouch once said all these investigations would stop if we stopped writing about Kimberlin. When did you stop writing about Kimberlin? To somebody named Cat Nandu. You unfollowed Liberal Grouch, you mean? Good. Every decent human should. His behavior is literally inexcusable. And then Patarico to nobody, I guess. This is a new low for Bill Schmalfelt, a.k.a. Liberal Grouch. The death of Stranahan's infant is none of his business. Yes, when we all look the other way when we suspect some sort of nefarious doings or child abuse, this will be a much better world for everyone. Does Brett Kimberlin support Bill Schmalfelt, a.k.a. Liberal Grouch's disgusting hassling of Stranahan about his deceased infant? You know, when the last time I spoke to Brett Kimberlin was? Never. I've never spoken, emailed, or anything otherwise to Brett Kimberlin. I would not know Brett Kimberlin if I bumped into him in an elevator. Believe it or not, those of us on this side of the aisle do not have to get our thoughts approved by somebody in charge like you idiots do. What a horrible human being Bill Schmalfelt, a.k.a. Liberal Grouch, is hassling Stranahan about the death of his infant child. I really don't think I was hassling anybody. I was trying to get information. Bill Smallfelt, a.k.a. Liberal